Hey everybody, this is Enigma for Also Game Brawlers, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to tame a T-Rex in Ark Survival Evolved for the Xbox One. Now, when you're playing on public servers as opposed to private servers, the variables will vary, so in this sense you got to take everything with a grain of salt and know that you will need anywhere on a public server of narcotics between 8 and 1,000, depending on the animal's level. And also food is also a main thing too. Prime meat being a T-Rex's favorite, you definitely want to use prime meat if you have it. If you don't have it, it's going to take a lot more meat and a lot more narcotics to keep them under and capable of being tamed. If you have kibble, kibble's always the best option, but kibble isn't always at hand. Now, if you're taming a T-Rex, which we have everything boosted on our Game Brawlers private server to 2.8 for taming, that's pretty much around the only things that's boosted like that. It took us about an hour. It took us about an hour 10 minutes to tame him. That's from him touching down, knocking out, to him standing up and saying he's ours. And it took about 80 meat, and it took 40 narcotics. I always carry roughly 60 narcotics on me because I never know what I'm going to tame. But depending on the level, you might need more, you might need less. He's relatively low level anyway, so he tamed rather quickly, and we were able to boost him up rather fast. Trank arrows, you want to have at least 40 per person minimal. You might need more if you're using a regular bow. You also might need more if you're not hitting him in the head. Always try to hit him in the head. It will help knock him out faster, especially if you're using trank arrows. Try not to use narco berries if possible. If not, you're going to need a couple hundred stacks just to keep him unconscious. It is always preferred to use narcotics. Another thing to take note of when you are taming a T-Rex, never, ever, ever in your life tame him on flat ground, as he will destroy you 10 ways from Sunday if you are not careful. Always do it from a cliffside, as you will have more of a chance to knock him out, and him not get to you, as if we really talk cliffside, like what's right in front of me. Another thing to also realize is don't follow what it says on PC at the moment for having a buddy carry you. The hitboxing's off. And this has been thoroughly tested. I've tested this on the Microsoft servers itself. I've tested this on private servers alike. I've tested this on even non-dedicated servers where you have the tether going. And no matter who's carrying you, as long as their feet are attached to you, unless you're on a Quetzal, you will knock the bird out, even if you're firing down and not even looking at the animal. For some reason, it doesn't work at the moment, so I wouldn't test it, because you were in for a rude awakening when you fall into his mouth and everybody gets eaten. Well, anyway, back to the point. You want to make sure you find a nice tall cliff, and you want to keep him at bay so he doesn't kill you, and you want to launch arrows at his face if possible, so that way he can pass out rather quick. As soon as he passes out, you want to load him up with narcotics, and if you want, you can starve him. I personally don't like waiting for that. I try to feed him prime meats, so that way he can tame faster. If you have regular meat, you could put it on him, or you could, look up how to starve him and stuff like that. Let him drop, and then you can get him to tame faster. But just know you'll be there for quite a while, as they on average have a couple thousand points into hunger. So, and their food depletes rather slowly. So, going forward through that, you want to keep an eye on their unconscious level too, as if you don't keep an eye on their conscious level, they will wake up and they will eat you, and they will be angry. I don't like running back to my body, as it's the worst experience ever, because whenever I die and I don't have a buddy near me to carry me back or grab my stuff, I get killed by drones, I get killed by a random patch of like 25 compies that come and bite my ankles off. I get killed by a pack of Dilophosaurus, saber-tooths at one point. Even if the T-Rex moves because he was eating something and comes and eats me by surprise, I didn't know he was over there. Try to avoid at any given points letting him wake up so you don't have to die and keep running back. So how you want to keep him knocked out, you can do one of two things. You can either use clubs, keep an eye on his health, because you can't kill him if you hit him with a club, but you can raise his torpor like that, or his unconscious level. You will diminish whatever level gains he has, whereas this one has like a +1 level gain right now. That would disappear to 0 if you keep beating him. I use narcotics. I use them sparingly. We keep them usually around a quarter, a little bit above, so that way they can we can save our narcotics at the same time, maintain his level, and get him fed pretty quick. With taming T-Rex, they're one of the best assets you can really have. Though they turn terribly, they have really high damage, and they farm meat like crazy. So if you have a lot of carnivores, you can feed all of them between running up and down South 2 and just eating all of the Triceratops or eating all the brontosauruses that go around. And you will have a ton of raw meat, a ton of prime meat, a ton of keratin, a ton of chitin or chitin, however you say it, a ton of everything when you are having a T-Rex with a saddle. So he's definitely something to have. I do like my Spinosaurus, but my Spinosaurus definitely is not as strong as him, though he's a better mover. My T-Rex definitely does way more damage at any given point. And they're both roughly the same level, so I have put the same amount of percentage into damage in, so it definitely factors into that. This is Enigma Frost with Game Brawlers. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I'll make more. If you have any animals that you want to see tamed, feel free to let me know, and I'll post a video up of it. You guys have a wonderful day. This is Enigma Frost, signing out.